All right, welcome back to the Red Kingdom Recap. I'm Stefan Bunch with Mark McNelly. We are right in the middle of offseason, and we are going to talk through pre-draft, talk about our schedule for the draft, and then see what available free agents there still are out there that we might be able to pick up. So thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, Stefan, are you excited for the draft coming up?
I'm excited. We don't typically have 2 first-round picks.
No.
And this kind of excitement going into something like this. When we had the
maneuvered things to get McDuffie and Karlaftis, but we didn't begin with 2 first-round picks that year.
Yeah, we didn't have such a terrible season where we earned it.
Yeah, and nothing even close to this high of a pick in, decades.
I remember when the draft was in KC, obviously we had the first round pick. It was super exciting, but it's going to be really fun to see what we do. I think it's interesting because it seems like across the board within the media, nobody really has a clue of where we're going to head in this thing. We're going to try to figure it out.
There are different ways we can go. And so do you want to start with that? Draft strategy?
I think so. Yeah. What do you want to jump
Thursday
into?
Night.
It's coming up.
We free agent moves and roster situation, or we can just jump right into the draft.
Let's jump into the draft and we can hit a recap at the end.
Yeah. What do you think about mock drafts? Are you a mock drafter?
I'm not. I don't know enough of after you get out of round 1 or 2, then it's just kind of a blur to me.
Sure, yeah, because you don't do all of the deep dives.
I don't know the college guys probably I should. What about you?
Well, okay, it's funny. You know people who don't play video games, but they watch people play video games?
Yes.
That's me with the draft. So I'm into the draft, but I watch people who do mock drafts.
I got
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes total sense.
So I've watched a lot of mock drafts. I've followed it. I guess David Jeremiah put out a mock draft where we took Jeremiah Love at 9.
I saw that.
What?
Which I will say, if he's still available at 9, I wouldn't hate that.
You wouldn't?
To have those 2 running backs in the backfield would be nuts.
It would if you're playing Madden. But we have desperate needs. Okay, we have desperate needs.
Yeah,
at defensive end and
back to the player grade versus what the team needs
and premium position.
But it would be really hard. I would assume we would trade out of that position if that was the case. But
if all that was left really was that we would be Love, surely we would trade down.
But man, it would be cool to see. It'd be cool to see.
No pass rush, and we getting mossed by every major receiver. But hey, we got 2 Pro Bowl running backs. Okay.
Offense isn't that bad. So,
yeah. No, I think, to your point, there are all kinds of different ways
some of
we
these
can go.
Mock drafts are pulling up an offensive tackle as well. And we're like, what is going on?
I think that's the national media just not being dialed in very well to what the current situation is. It's easy to say, well, look at how much Mahomes was on the run last year. Well, look how many of our linemen got hurt. We were on our 3rd backup tackle. And when you look at our offensive line situation, we've got Josh Simmons, we've got Kingsley, we've got Creed, we've got Trey Smith, and we have Jalen Moore under contract. He's serviceable at right tackle. You've got Esapole looked good as a swing tackle. Use the number 9 overall pick when you are in desperate need on the defensive line.
Offensive tackle
you need depth at wide receiver.
Exactly.
Arguably, you need a wide receiver 1 still. You need replenish the cornerback room, right, with Watson and McDuffie and Cook leaving.
Tight end, we need some depth.
You need to bring a tight end that's going to follow up when Kelsey leaves.
Yeah.
To pick, I just don't think picking a running back or an offensive tackle is responsible in almost any way. But it comes back to, you have positional need, but you also have best player available approach. Do you just take the best player on the board?
Yeah, it's an interesting thought. Yeah, anytime I saw an offensive lineman, I was feeling the same way as you. I could definitely see a run at a receiver. Have you picked out a couple of your top receivers that if they were in that position, you might jump at?
Yeah, Jordyn Tyson, Carnell Tate. Sure. Yeah, those are 2 of the Makai Lemon. Those are kind of the big 3 that people are thinking are legit top 15, top 20 picks. And the problem with those 3 is they're good, but they each have holes in their game. There isn't a Jackson Smith and Jigba in this draft class as far as wide receivers go. There isn't a Justin Jefferson or a Jamar Chase. There's not an absolute bona fide this is this is Randy Moss for the next 10 years. Those 3 receivers are good receivers.
What about that cornerback from Tennessee? McCoy.
McCoy, yeah.
Yeah, he seems like an all-around awesome player.
Yeah, and Mansour Delaney from LSU. Those are kind of the 2 of the top cornerbacks.
Okay, so you think we could maybe go that direction if the right guy was there?
Do you know why I don't like that?
Tell me why.
Because we pick cornerbacks. We pick cornerbacks in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th round, and they turn into Charvarius Ward and L'Jarius Sneed and Jalen Watson. And I just feel like when you have the coaching staff you do with Dave Merritt and Spags, then and it worked with McDuffie. He was the 22nd overall pick. But for the most part, if you can train up, coach up, 4th through 7th round, guys, cornerbacks, then why burn a 1st round pick on it?
Yeah. And they do seem to find just the needle in the haystack there. Yeah. I just don't know when that's going to run out though. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a part of that that's like
play with fire, eventually you get burned.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but no, that's an interesting concept.
I've kind of like defensive end is a need, wide receiver is a need, which they are. Tight end, Sadiq is an interesting candidate at the tight end position. He's a like athletic freak. He doesn't have a ton of production though. Like he didn't put up huge numbers, but do you spend that pick overall 9th pick on a tight end?
Yeah.
It's not
he's probably not going to be there at the end of the 1st round. So that one's a little bit, it would iffy. Feel a little bit tough to take him because he'd probably be later in the 1st round, but
like they call it a reach. That would feel like a reach.
Yeah. So if he was hanging out at the end of the 1st round though, that'd be awesome.
Sure, like if you're at 29 and he's still there at 23, and you're only giving up like a 4th rounder to move up. Sure, I mean I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
But where I kind of fall in? I've only heard one of the serious podcasters say this, and I'm so on point with it. I think I mentioned it in a previous. We can talk, strategy and defensive end, wide receiver. Kelsey's the heir apparent to Kelsey. In my opinion, looking back at that 22 draft. With McDuffie and Karlaftis and Watson and Chanel. It was a haul, right? Yeah. Pacheco. Set position aside, and we do have needs, a few desperate needs. In my opinion, we just can't miss. That's it. Like, you take a linebacker, take one of these, say Sonny Styles or Arvell Reese, these linebackers or outside edges, rushers, whichever you want to classify them.
Yeah.
They don't fit Spags' mold, and they're not, linebacker is obviously not a premium position. But if you get that person, right, and they're the next Micah Parsons, or they're even the next, Bolton, okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You just, in my opinion, at the end of the day, you just can't miss.
It's so hard to see, man. I don't understand because some of these guys play like meaningful roles for 1 or 2 seasons, and now they're lining up here. It's just, I cannot imagine trying to scout some of these guys, especially late round, what that looks like. It is crazy.
Well, you get to the bottom of the 1st round, and I think like we picked FAU in the 1st round.
Mm-hmm.
I think arguably that's a bust, right?
100%.
Okay, Clyde Edwards-Helaire was at the end of the 1st round. Arguably a bust. And so you look at that, you give a GM grace because it is still a crapshoot.
Yeah, you're still just shooting all over the place still.
But I think, and I don't look at the other 31 teams and how they've drafted. I don't like go back 3 years ago and see how the Detroit Lions 1st round pick panned out. But I just, you can't miss at 9. If you get the 9th overall pick, it's got to be Chris Jones. Talent. It's got to be, 100%. Nick Bolton. It's got to be one of these guys.
Yeah, for sure.
For other teams, it's got to be an Aiden Hutchinson. It's got to be a Bijan Robinson.
So it sounds like we got to go the end. We got to go.
I think so. Yeah.
Receiver,
defensive end, wide receiver, tight end.
We'll need some linebacker depth. Man, it'll be really fun to just start filling these gaps in as we're going down draft night and seeing where these spots get filled.
What I'm understanding is there is a little bit of depth at edge and defensive interior, more so than wide receiver in this draft. So that'd be cool to, if we could just, we have 3 picks in the top 40 and our 4th pick is 74. We have 4 top 100 picks. And if we could fill defensive end, if we could fill wide receiver and then get, a really good second to third round player, like we picked Brian Cook, second round. Go back to Juan Thornhill. You go, who's the other second round? Nick Bolton was a second round pick. Creed Humphrey. Like you get one of these guys. Yeah.
They're going to be with you forever. Yeah. So I think I'm excited about that. I really do think D-end, receiver, secondary, depth at tight end, and pushing linebacker as well with getting rid of Chenal. We're probably going to need some special teams guys in those realms. But aside from that, I think this could be a pretty well-rounded team. We've got an opportunity.
Yeah.
So we'll see how many of these guys can start week 1.
Yeah.
That's always interesting to see, And so, but in general, man, I think that it'll be a fun one to see for sure.
I think that roster, we're in the draft and free agents, so we're thinking players and roster, but we also have to remember that bringing Kenneth Walker III in I think it's a tell that Reed is willing to change this offense. We talked how stale the offense was. Right? It was exhausting to watch our offense.
With the enemy back as well, I just think it's going to change things.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's a shot here. If we have some fear in our backfield, then it can open up our whole offense again.
Yeah, it could.
We just never had that.
No.
And our play calling was just like you said, stale. Like,
it was
predictable.
Very stale, very predictable. Well, in the play calling, but also when you have no running game, when your running backs don't scare a defense, and also
you can't do it. Yeah,
right.
And with our offensive line being banged up and everything, so as long as we can start and get everything rolling, but
kind of,
What about free agency wise? What are you seeing? Are there any guys still on the board that would be interesting for us to pick up?
I don't think anybody that's going to make a major splash. There's the Odell Beckham Juniors are still out there. The Mike Dana, who we cut for Cal, he's still out there. Sometimes you bring those type guys back on a huge discount.
Yeah. Like a Batman deal.
Yeah. Jawan Taylor signed with the Falcons. For like $4 or $5 million.
What about Cam Jordyn? Is he still available?
He is. Actually,
I think that would be fun to have. He'd be almost like a coach. Within our team. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of like Frank Clark was it last year for the defensive end room.
Exactly. I think that would be cool. And
he's like 37 years old, isn't he?
Yeah, he's old. I'm like, golly.
But didn't he put up like 5 or 6 sacks last year or something?
He's always pretty consistent.
Well, he's a pro. He's a pro's pro.
I think Donovan Smith, like on the offensive line, is still available.
Is he really?
And so
out there? Yeah.
He might be an interesting if we needed some depth there. If that was a concern, I would rather go that way. Than anybody in the draft. Truly.
Yeah, some of these free agents we picked up are interesting. Kyrus Tonga, I think, is going to be an upgrade on the. He's way better than Derek Nottie.
Yeah,
he's way better than Mike Pennell.
Exactly, and with our linebacking crew, our running defense is always pretty solid. Like, it seems like we give up, but we look at the actual stats, and we never have a huge running back against us.
It's rare for somebody to not, to hit a big running play, explosive running plays.
And so with him kind of stabilizing the middle, I think he'll take up a guy or two.
And Tranquil. Tranquil's good against the run.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Bolton, he's our guy. Yep. But with Tonga taking up a guy or two, just taking up space in the middle on the pass rush as well, that could be huge for us.
That's the difference. He's like, do you remember Tershawn Wharton?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Terry Poe kind of guy.
Yeah, the guy that's in the middle that is a run stopper, but he can also get some pressure on the quarterback. Which we didn't with Nottie and Pennell. You just didn't.
Pennell was silent. Yeah,
they were run stoppers. Yeah, they
can take up space.
Right?
Exactly.
They can absorb blocks. But I think Tonga's going to give us that thing we had with Colin Saunders and Tershawn Wharton. We're going to get that back.
Yeah, you think he'll have an interception in the end zone for us?
I don't know. Colin Saunders. Yeah, that was bizarre, wasn't it? But and then we got Omar Norman-Lott coming back on the inside of the defensive line.
He's really interesting to me too. Like, I know he's got to be coached up, but he seems like he can.
He's a rookie, and he was flashing until he got hurt. a few times. So
we've got some guys.
I don't think it's a doomsday situation on the defensive line, but it's not deep. We
gotta have just consistent motors going. Like, it was just unbelievable how we could not get pressure.
The glaring weakness, I think, with bringing Tonga in, with Omar Norman-Lott coming back, the glaring weakness is that defensive end one. Because George Karlaftis is a defensive end two. And he's a solid one.
Yeah.
But he's not like your bell cat. This guy is going to put pressure on the quarterback. He's going to flip the switch like Chris Jones does. We don't have that guy.
Yep.
And say what you want about Frank Clark. And he was, he took plays off at times, and he was at the end of his career. But he was, do you remember the playoffs? It was
he
big
always had
play.
the fourth down sack.
Totally.
Like the third or fourth down sack.
And
he was the guy.
That's the guy you need, I think.
That
is
turns
the guy
on when
just flips
when
the
we
switch.
have to. Yeah. That was all. Like last season, we had all these one-score games we lost. The season before that, we had those plays, those key plays that we hit. And this last season, we just didn't have that.
Yep.
And a lot of it was on the defensive side.
It was.
The defense was really who carried
letting us down on late drives.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And
Not getting off the
year
field.
before, the defense was able to get off the field.
Yep.
And so it's.
Oh, do you remember how many 3rd and longs we gave up to defense?
Penalties.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. It's
well, there was no pass rush.
brutal. You have your cornerbacks hanging out there for 6 seconds.
No, it was brutal. But I think we got Tyquan Thornton coming back. Kader Kohu is a cornerback that we brought in from the Dolphins.
Yeah, that's an interesting pick as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean he was injured last year, but the year before,
I think wasn't he a first round draft player?
I think you might be thinking of Kyrie Elam. He was a first round.
That's right. Yeah.
For the Bills.
Yeah. So we're quietly picking up some of these guys though that are filling.
Now, he's been a bust. He's been on 3 teams since he was drafted the same year as McDuffie.
I'm telling you though, but you get into that room.
Yeah, cornerback, right?
And
with talent,
it changes things. The talent's there.
Yeah.
We do find some of these first round draft pick busts that end up working out for us, So
hey, maybe they can coach Kyrie Elam up.
Yeah.
And then you got him, you got Kader Kohu, you got Noel Williams coming back. You've got Christian Fulton.
What's the safety we got? I'll take
Jaden Hicks.
No.
Jamari Connor.
Who we pick up?
Oh, you mean like for free agent?
Yeah.
Did we pick up a free agent corner or safety? Was Kader Kohu a safety? No,
I'll find him.
Okay. But yeah, I am not as doomsday on our secondary as some people are. I think we're going to pick up a couple in the middle rounds.
It's definitely not the scariest part to me.
Defensive end for me. Yeah. If we cannot pressure the quarterback, then it's going to be painful to watch our defense in the fourth quarter again.
Yeah, exactly. I'd love to see, obviously, depth, tight end, and wide receiver.
Sure.
Like, those are 2 items. I think we have the best quarterback in the NFL. Yeah. Like, let's make sure we have the weapons around him.
Yep.
So,
I agree.
Aside from that.
Yeah. You've got Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, Tyquan Thornton. I mean, that is a 1, 2, 3 if they all perform to their potential. The issue is they haven't.
Yeah, and they've been off,
Yeah.
Mahomes has thrown Rice into some danger zones, too.
He almost got his head taken off a couple
multiple times. Yeah. And if Xavier can just stay in bounds.
He just can't. He can't remember where the sideline is. Like, don't we have training camp and OTAs? Like, we can show him where the sideline is.
But yeah, a lot of that's timing stuff as well. But they could be like, they're serviceable receivers for sure.
Well, and to be fair to Thornton, like, he just didn't
have the time.
He didn't get back on the field.
Yeah.
When receivers got healthy.
Playing, he was good. He was our guy.
And you know what he had with Mahomes? He had rhythm. Yeah. They knew it was one of those things that Tyreek Hill had, obviously Kelsey has, but other receivers have struggled to have that in sync, with Mahomes. But Thornton had it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You think we'll bring Juju back as well?
Maybe.
He's one of those
Hopkins
guys
is still out there.
I just the way that he runs routes is similar to Travis Kelce. Like he's kind of that feel guy. He fills the holes. Yeah. And I think that we need somebody like that.
Yeah, and he blocks.
Yeah.
And he's a mature, NFL
as mature as you can be.
Veteran. Well,
or a wide receiver.
I meant not the TikTok part, but like he's an NFL receiver. Yeah, he's a veteran in the room. Yeah.
Good deal. Well, we're excited. We're going to shoot at the draft. We're not going to be there, but we'll be going through the draft with the team. Yeah. I'm excited to see who we're going to pick.
You want to make a prediction on who our 9th overall pick is going to be?
You start. Okay. Let me think here. I'm going to throw a wild one at you.
Oh, you are? Okay. The prevailing wisdom is that we'll get Rueben Bain. Let's see.
I hope that we get Rueben Bain. I'm saying, oh, man.
I'm going to make a bold prediction.
All right, make a bold prediction.
I predict we move up in the draft for Arvell Reese.
You think we're going to trade up? Only have 1 pick in the first round?
I'm just going to throw it out there. Like, if I'm right, I'll look like a genius. It's not likely, but to move up that high, to move up to 3 or 4, you're going to give up significant draft capital. So
significant. Yeah.
So My steady is Rueben Bain. My shoot for the stars would be Arvell Reese. Who do you got?
I'm going Rueben Bain as well.
Okay.
I would love to see him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm with you.
But
starting front four, Karlaftis, Kairos Tonga, Chris Jones, and Rueben Bain.
I mean,
let's go.
I'd also love to see us go tight end in the second round as well.
Yeah, Kenyon Sadiq.
If we could get Rueben Bain, receiver, tight end.
Yeah.
If we could get that Sadiq.
In those first 3 picks.
Oh, that'd be huge.
Yep.
So that's where I'm going.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, stay tuned. We're going to try to do something on draft night.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll shoot
for the kingdom.
There. For the kingdom.
All right.
Thanks for joining us this week. We're excited. We're going to obviously do draft night. We'll go into the OTAs to finish up off season.
At least the first round, the Thursday night.
Yeah, absolutely.
We may not
Yeah, we're not getting paid for this yet.
No, we're not going to do all-nighters on Friday and then wake up Saturday to do it again.
But we'll go through the OTAs. We'll get through preseason, see what happens with the 90-man roster, cut down, and jump back into the season. So we'll be a lot more consistent here coming up, especially as we get through the game. So excited about it. We love having this conversation. Yeah, it's fun. Even in the off season, just to kind of see where we're at is a good spot. So very good.
Well, hey, watch these mock drafts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens Thursday. We'll see you soon.
All right. Go Chiefs.